I'm here today to talk about what has been traditionally known as chip shots, but I'm going to call them finesse shots. So the finesse shot setup is really important. Your feet should be about 4 to 5 inches apart. Your right foot should be open to your target, meaning it should be splayed to the right if you're left-handed and to the left if you're right-handed. The ball position should be just slightly back of center. And this can apply for either getting the ball in the air quickly, that you would do on a more of a traditional pitch type shot, or you want to get the ball low, that we're doing on this particular shot. And once again, we're gonna call this flighting down for keeping it low near the green, and when we're a little bit further away, we're gonna call it flighting up. So once again, the setup is the ball position is slightly back of center. The hands, or the handle of the club, the grip, is going to be about 3 to 5 degrees leaning towards your target. Your weight is going to be on your lead foot, about a 70-30 ratio, 70% on your lead foot, 30% on your back foot. So you're actually going to be leaning in pretty good towards your target, and you're going to feel the energy of your stance sort of moving towards your target. All right, as far as the mechanics of the swing, we want to make sure, because we're flighting the ball down, as I call it, we want the wrist to stay fairly level. There's not a lot of wrist hinging going up. If we want to flight the ball up, we would use some wrist hinge. If we want to flight the ball down, which we do in this case, is we want to keep the wrist fairly level. And so we're just going to draw the club back using our shoulders. You want to think that there's maybe a searchlight or a flashlight attached to the zipper on your coat or your shirt, and you're actually moving that searchlight. So you're moving your shoulders. Your hips are pretty quiet, but you're just moving the shoulders. So let's try a shot here. We're just going to set up again, ball slightly back to center, grip a few degrees leaning towards your target. We're going to pick a spot about 30% of the way towards the target that we're going to. So it's traditionally 30-70 is the ratio that I like to use for these finesse shots when we're flighting the ball down. And we want to make sure that our searchlight, as I call it, or my flashlight, is actually moving through the shot. We want the club face itself to actually pass the handle. So you're getting a release of the toe. Traditionally, people tend to keep the hands out and forward, and there's a very precise angle there that we want to avoid. That tends to lead to chunking, and we actually want to use the bounce of the golf club. Every wedge has a bounce on it, and we want to get a sense that we're bouncing the club through the grass. We don't want to dig in the grass, we want to bounce the club through the grass. And I hope that will lead to lower scores and better finesse shots. And if you need any more help, please feel free to call me at the Radch Golf and Country Club.